Welcome back to another amazing episode of Trailer Trashing. I'm your host, Joey Rinaldi, and joining me as they do every Tuesday is our chief editor producer, Charlie Weinshank, and also joining us back from the flood, the soupy garbage juice man, Derek Blythe.
Hello.
You made it.
Are you
How's
alive?
Your basement?
I'm alive, and now this room is stinky.
Because you were.
Nice and good.
It was because of all the feces.
Feces, fetuses.
Yes.
I apologize to the listeners for telling them that you died. Last episode, I was like, Derek's not coming back.
You said I died?
Yeah, he said that you were floating in a pile of fetuses and feces in your basement.
You said that?
A boy can hope, you know.
You said
Sorry.
that? That's messed up what you
I
said.
have a big imagination.
I'm having just a terrible time, and you're there telling people I'm dead when I'm like packing up everything on my computer and just unplugging everything in my house.
Hey, we started a the Derek Blythe Flood Foundation or something.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we got a bunch of celebrities to sing "We Are the World" to
good.
raise money for you.
Yeah,
I hope Gary Busey was there.
We got Dana Carvey doing a Gary Busey impression. We couldn't actually get the Gary Busey.
You can get him on Cameo for $300. Come on.
Really?
Yeah, he's like one of the most expensive ones. It's crazy.
I saw a really wild, small, thing about him where this guy was filming him for a day. And do you know what I'm talking? Have you seen this?
He used to have a Comedy Central thing where a guy would go around and follow him around and film him, but it was kind of mean-spirited, and I think he ended up quitting.
Yeah, it seemed
Like they were being really, they were trolling him, and he kept catching on, and it was kind of more sad than funny.
I watched one episode, and that's how I found out he's an insane person.
Because he had a car accident.
Oh, really?
There was a one-man show in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival a few years ago called Gary Busey Does Shakespeare, and it's just a guy doing a really good Gary Busey impression, just doing Shakespearean monologues.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, I don't know why this exists, but it does.
I also recommend his personal YouTube channel. I don't know if it's still up, but he'll just be on a hill outside of his house, and he'll talk to you about hobbits for half an hour. It's really good.
So, speaking of hobbits are little people, and you know where little people first live? Inside of a woman's pregnant womb. That's a terrible transition that's a terrible transition.
That was worse than usual by a lot.
It was a lot of dots to connect.
And it was borderline offensive.
You couldn't say womb without cracking up.
So
Speaking of little people are dwarves from Lord of the Rings, and they aren't born like people, which are born from women's parts.
Uterus. Okay, so
Uteruses.
Let me take it over. The theme today is pregnant comedies. And the reason why I chose pregnant comedies is because there was a weird point in my childhood from the time I was 10 years old to 13, from 2007 to 2010. There was just so many pregnant movies. There was Knocked Up, Juno, Baby Mama, Baby on Board, Labor Pains with Lindsay Lohan, The Backup Plan with J-Lo. There was just all these. That was all from 2007 to 2010. And it scarred me in a weird way, and I need a platform to talk about it. And that's why we're on the podcast right now. Pregnancy movies.
I think this all started after Rosemary's Baby. It sent Joey into a spiral of realizing.
That is
He
true.
remembered that time in his life where something awakened in him.
So yeah, we did Rosemary's Baby last episode before Derek got flooded and almost died, and then that Rosemary Baby just made me be like, God damn it! There's a lot of pregnancy movies that for some reason I would go to see, and I saw all these movies in theaters. By the way, I don't know why. I was going to the theaters
Multiple times.
multiple times. Did you guys remember that list of pregnant comedies I just listed?
I remembered a lot of those. I haven't seen all of them.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't have the same effect. I was like, oh, another one, and I felt like they were all the same. They're not the same, but it's kind of they all hit the same beats, and it just feels like the movie writes itself.
Except for Juno. I think Juno's
probably the best one.
Juno is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
A coming of age story. But I really, really hate pregnancy in movies and TV. I don't hate women, but it just feels like so formulaic. Like every time there's a pregnant character on a show, I'm like, oh great, she's gonna give birth at the season finale. They're gonna get stuck in a traffic jam. Oh my God, there's gonna be an unlikely, and it just is like. They just already it's just already written. You're gonna watch the same birth over and over, screaming.
That's true. Derek Blythe does not hate women, but he hates cliches about pregnancy.
Something about pregnancy on TV. Like if I'm watching like Knocked Up, or if I'm watching like any TV show where someone's pregnant, I get this urge to just go to my local CVS and buy all the condoms and just be like, never gonna happen to me ever.
You know what's so weird is that for some reason. Whenever I watch a TV show that has like a pregnancy in it, I always the thought goes, did this get written into the show because the actor got pregnant?
That happens a lot.
It's normally 50-50,
Yeah.
I feel like. It's 50-50.
Yeah, because it's like, how often can you just like not, like you could remove it from the show and it'd be totally, like you wouldn't miss it. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Well, since we're talking so much about pregnancy, I feel like it's the appropriate time to watch the movie trailer of the first movie we're going to watch today, which is the trailer of Knocked Up 2007, Judd Apatow, Seth Rogen, Katherine Heigl, Paul Rudd, Jonah Hill. Let's cue this bad boy up.
Allison, Jack and I need to see you in his office.
We were wondering whether or not you would be good for on camera.
Really? I know, I was so surprised too.
Are you living your vision right now?
I am kind of living my vision.
Wow, that is sad, I'm telling you.
I got a promotion.
Oh my God! Let's go celebrate! Woo!
I'm Allison.
I'm Ben. This is my friend Jason.
I'm just trying not to stare.
She's married.
Shut up!
You think that's gonna stop him from hitting on her? It's not at all.
You believe this? I think he's doing the dice thing too much. That's really all he's got.
You're prettier than I am. Do we have sex?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hello.
Hi, this is Allison. I don't know if you remember me. I have something I really need to tell you. I'm pregnant.
With a baby?
Yes.
Then what are you hitting on me for?
How did this happen?
This is a disaster.
Aren't you supposed to be married to have a baby? You should be, because they love each other, and people who love each other get married and have babies. Do you love each other?
We should really just try to get to know each other and give this a real shot.
Okay, I know we didn't plan this, but I'm on board. Yay!
This summer.
Is this freaking you out that we're shopping for baby clothes?
No, I'm just pretending I'm shopping for regular clothes and I'm a giant.
What do you think of him? He's funny, right?
Fetch. All right, bring it back.
He's playing fetch with my kids.
Go get it. Fetch.
He's treating my kids like their dogs.
Universal Pictures presents.
Marriage is like an unfunny version of Everybody Loves Raymond. Should we have sex tonight?
Ugh.
But it doesn't last 22 minutes.
Lasts forever.
I'm just really constipated. Do you really want to?
Well, now.
A comedy about where babies come from.
I'm gonna be there to rear your child.
You hear that, Ben? Don't let him near the kid. He wants to rear your child.
And how grown-ups are born.
You're gonna love this, I predict it. Life's a great adventure, and you're the hero in it.
I'm gonna go sneak a peek, see if there's anything I can do. Dude, okay in here? Yeah! I shouldn't have gone in there.
Knocked Up.
You know what?
All
That's
right.
a perfect trailer for one of the most perfect comedies. I loved it. It was great. It brought me right back to 07. Red Sox won the World Series that year. It was a good year.
My favorite part of the trailer was that like they got Jason Segel to be like this suave, sexy, like hitting.
He
on
was not
girls
sexy.
guy.
He was a
Yeah, he had a weird soul
Like-
patch thing.
he was a
Yeah,
slimy.
no, it was like that's what I was gonna say. I was like they wanted him to be this ladies man, and all they did was like, hey, grow a goatee, and I
Do you
just
know
wasn't
the joke
convinced.
is that the slimy guy was bad at being a ladies' man. You totally missed it.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen this movie, to be honest with you guys.
Oh, it's really good.
It's really good. They show like real birth. They really show.
Oh
real-
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
going
you
to see that. Yeah.
You see a baby popping out with JJ, and I was like 10 years old, so I was like, this is cool because I've never seen a JJ up close before, but it's kind of gross because there's a human climbing out of that thing.
Oh, Joey. Oh, Joey. There's so much to unpack. But before we do, I would like to say that I forgot that I left my VPN on Google Chrome on. So my network is like technically on a French network. So I'm accidentally on YouTube France, and in the recommended videos, there's a bunch of other movie trailers, but they all have the wrong names, and I thought I went fully crazy. like Knocked Up in France is En Cloque. But I saw that, I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I saw there's the trailer for Trainwreck. Remember with Bill Hader?
Yeah.
And LeBron James.
The French title for that is Crazy Amy.
Really?
Yes. I'll send you a picture. I looked at that and I saw the other ones. I was like, what the hell? Did I just wake up in a different dimension? And then I remembered it's French. They have a sketchy VPN on.
If this was last week's episode and this happened, I would have been like, Derek, there's no French on your computer. It's all in your head.
Like I really didn't survive the flood, did I?
No, he was trying to gaslight you.
Oh,
Didn't
shit.
work.
He tried to do the gaslighting joke that he hated so much.
Yeah, I did not like it at all. But what do you guys think about the trailer? I really thought it didn't give anything away. It got straight to the meat and potatoes. There was enough jokes to make me laugh, but not too many jokes where I'm like, they're trying too hard, you know? It was really balanced.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on this. I haven't seen the movie, and I think that it's very possible that a comedy like this is not that far off from a romantic comedy. But it seemed like the trailer had a lot of beats like in a romantic comedy trailer. And for me, this might just be my gripe with the whole movie in general, but I was just kind of like, I know that this is like a comedy, and like generally the problem I have with comedy movies like from this era are that there's always a turning point where it's no longer so much comedy and you're not cracking up anymore, and they have to resolve it.
Yeah, this movie has a serious, like, that's like the one flaw with this movie is there's like 20 minutes of like real serious bullshit that I don't care for.
They have a big falling out. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So, but the thing is,
they probably play a Wilco song that's a little sad.
Right.
not to be rude, but it seemed like it was saying how like, he got this girl pregnant. What are they gonna do? And then it's like, oh, that's gonna resolve, and they're gonna learn to love each other or something. But I don't know. It just seemed like they could have solved that problem like really quickly, and this movie wouldn't have needed to go on for another hour.
Are you saying she should have got an abortion?
I'm not saying that she needed to. I'm just saying that if the movie dilemma is that she's pregnant, there is an easy solution. That's all I'm saying.
As I always do whenever anything political comes up, I segue on out to something else. Okay, fun fact. Anne Hathaway was actually the original person they casted to be the lead of this movie, but when she found out that Judd Apatow was a sick puppy who really wanted to use a real birth scene in the movie, she backed out. She was like, that's gross. You shouldn't air, like, a pregnancy birth on
Really?
Yeah. Anne Hathaway was
It's beautiful. It's natural. It's beautiful.
but Anne Hathaway is not for it, so they lost out. And I think the movie would have been so much better with Anne Hathaway.
With Anne Hathaway?
I love that lady. She's like, she's in my top 5 fit probably.
Let's hear that. Let's hear the 5.
No, I can't. Don't put me on the spot. Don't put me on the spot.
Why are you gonna do a pregnant pause? Whoa.
There
it was.
Wait, this is a fun fact that I talked about with Charlie the other night. Do you know who Joey Buttafuoco is?
Yeah.
You do? Can you explain to the listeners who Joey Buttafuoco is, and then I'll explain why he's irrelevant to Knocked Up.
I can't. I know who he was, but not like enough to explain it well.
Joey called me last night, and I thought he was talking about Artie Bucco from The Sopranos.
So Joey Buttafuoco is a notorious kitty diddler. He's a pedophile, and the girl he was like having sex with, the little girl he was having sex with, I guess was in love with him and killed his wife. And this guy's like infamous and like is a bad guy. and he somehow got a job working catering on the set of Knocked Up. Once they
Craft services.
Craft services. Once they found this out, they immediately fired him. But it became like a huge inside joke for the cast and crew, and it made everybody laugh.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
He's like
That's a
he's
yeah.
like
that's a
chopping
fun
up your
fact.
ribs, and you're like, "Excuse me, are you Joey Buttafuoco from the news?" Yeah, you want white meat or dark meat?
So there's nothing better than moving off of a political divisive topic with a politically funny commentary. Now,
I really stand by that. I don't think I made any type of political statement.
well, you offended me. I was triggered.
He just had said that there is a pro-choice option to avoid the movie.
Yeah, it's like I was just saying that the whole movie is hinged on a dilemma that is like there are options.
I'm
There's not-
pro
there's no-
many choices, but not the choice that Joey Buttafuoco made. So I'm gonna rate this movie. I'm gonna rate that movie trailer an 8.5 because it gave me everything I wanted, but it didn't go over the top. It didn't have that extra thing to make it a 9 or a 10. 8.5.
I'm gonna give it kind of like it's got kind of like rom-com stuff, and that's a negative for me, but it gets one extra Joey Buttafuoco point, which puts it at like a 5. I'll give it a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. It's just a minute too long. I'm
You-
like,
Yeah.
by the time Paul Rudd starts talking, I'm like, all right, I'll go see it. It looks good.
Paul Rudd has the best line of the trailer when he's like, being married is like everybody loves Raymond, but without the laugh track.
Right.
Great line.
Paul Rudd does not always do it for me.
Yeah, for me, he's a hit or miss type
Does it for me
actor.
every time.
So, what do you scallywags think the Rotten Tomato score is going to be? And I have a feeling you're both going to get this wrong. That's my hunch.
I'm not a scallywag, butt licker,
Oh, who you calling butt licker? Toilet drinker?
booger ass,
Nerd.
nerd.
No, you're a booger ass nerd.
You're a
Joe, you can't come back from that.
So,
Also, I just want to say, not being political once again, just to point out the irony in Joey's character. In like, I'm attacking you personally.
lay it on
I like
me.
to say,
Give me an attack. Hurt my feelings.
As someone who chose the topic called pregnancy movies,
Pregnancy comedies.
I've never like, on one hand, Joey chose this topic, but on the other hand, I've never seen someone run from the topic of abortion so hard.
I didn't want to offend our Christian Mel Gibson.
common sense media.
Common
moms.
sense media. Yeah, they love the podcast. So guess the Rotten Tomato score so we can move on.
Yeah, who goes first?
Derek goes first this time.
79.
Charlie, how would you counter?
I think it got like around mid 60s, but since this is a sexy comedy, I'm gonna say 69.
After this episode, I'm banning Charlie for 5 episodes to say 69.
That's my. Oh man.
You're banned.
So Derek wins. It's a 90. Charlie,
what?
you
It
suck.
is a good movie.
I don't think Charlie has ever won with the 69 thing. I think that gag.
I have not.
Rotten Tomatoes hates that gag. And now, we have a shocker. Even though Roger Ebert was alive, he made one of his interns review this, and the intern gave it 0 stars.
Did it really?
Jim Emerson, his intern.
Whoa! This
Damn.
is we've never seen anything lower than a half
I've
star.
saw Human Centipede has 0 stars.
Wow.
He didn't hate it, but
That's
he just
wild.
couldn't figure out how to like quantify it.
I've never seen a Human Centipede.
Wow.
It's
Okay,
a
so I'm gonna
lighthearted
read this,
comedy.
but it. Yeah. It starts. So this is the last paragraph, but I just want to give a preemptive. I knew it, but so here we go. This is a romantic comedy that's unafraid to face human suffering dead on. Hey, look, romantic comedy. I knew it.
I love rom-coms. That's my thing. I'm Joey Rom-Com
I know.
Rinaldi.
I just wouldn't. I didn't think that this was a rom-com. I thought this was just a com.
Well, because she has to.
There's a lot of cum in the cum, if you know what I mean.
whole-
Oh.
Oh.
Damn it.
Oh, Joey.
That's how pregnancy happens.
I do get the romantic aspect. Yes.
Well, because she hates him because he's this like deadbeat stoner, and then she decides to keep the baby, and then he tries to
they have to make it work.
Yeah.
All right, and yet in the end, it is all the more joyous for that. Knocked Up is a beautifully shaped piece of work. There are no slack patches, no gratuitous feel-good moments, and if you walk out of Knocked Up feeling good, that means you've earned it. With that, Zacharek nails Knocked Up on the head. So I guess he's quoting someone, but it sounds like he loves it.
So I guess Roger Ebert just doesn't allow his interns in 07 to give stars. Maybe that's all.
I am the one who gives stars.
I'm the one who gives the stars.
I am the one.
You know how many years I worked in this industry to give stars?
I started in this business with 1 star. And it was rotten and gross.
Yeah, it must be because I was scanning this to see if anything looked like they didn't like it, but it seems like they really did.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's a lot of fun.
Stars.
Jonah Hill. I love that the minor characters in this movie are Jonah Hill, Jason Segel, Jay Baruchel, and Martin Starr. Like those are 4 hilarious guys who are just casually in this movie, and James Franco's in it too.
And
Wow,
he had
the
the
whole
other
gang.
friend too, Charlene Yee. Whatever happened to her? Remember Charlene Yee?
Oh yeah,
she did a bunch of ones back around that time.
Yeah, I think she got blacklisted somehow because I'm just kidding. I don't know.
But she does the line where she's like, "You ever
Wanna
get
trade
mad?
boyfriends?"
You never get mad at your baby because it's like stealing your food. It's like stop it, but you're a family and you share."
So I guess that concludes the Knocked Up section of the podcast. You know what? Go see it. I can't advertise for this movie enough. There's one part of the movie when Jonah Hill says to Seth Rogen, she has big old tatties, and that always makes me laugh. Derek, want to introduce the next movie?
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. It's the only line I remember.
So it's Junior from 1994, and it's the movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger, you guessed it, has a big old baby inside of his belly.
My prediction is that this hasn't aged well.
I'm pretty sure it didn't age well while it was in the theaters. So without any further ados, let's go to the movie trailer.
It's impossible, it's not natural, and I'm not interested.
I took you for a scientist.
I am a scientist.
Yeah? Well, where's your vision? Opportunity's knocking here.
You're just trying to manipulate me.
Yes, I am. So what? We're on the verge of something fantastic, and I need you to carry it through with me.
What's going on?
Can you keep an open mind? I mean, really wide open?
Let's put a bun in your oven.
I must be crazy to be doing this.
You may be crazy, but you're also pregnant.
I'm pregnant. I just can't keep anything down.
It's morning sickness. It'll pass. Eat crackers.
Alex, you're sweating like a racehorse.
What's going on?
Everything's perfectly normal, except for the fact that the mom is also the dad.
Yoo-hoo!
You look so beautiful tonight.
You look sort of glowing.
Yes, you do. You look positively lit up. What's the good news?
No good news. If this gets out, your life is over.
My nipples are very sensitive.
What?
Does my body disgust you?
No.
You're kissing? Wait a minute, Alex, you're in no condition to start a relationship.
I want you to know everything about me. I'm pregnant.
From Universal Pictures and Ivan Reitman comes Something Inconceivable.
Oh my God.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Feel how soft my skin is.
That's it.
Danny DeVito.
Guys do not have babies. We leave that to the women. That's part of the beauty of being a guy.
And Emma Thompson.
You think men don't hold enough cards? You have to take this away from us as well.
I would love, protect, and nurture that milk with everything I've got in me.
Stop it.
No, I don't stop it. I want my baby.
Junior.
Is this your first?
Yes.
This year, Labor Day is November 23rd.
But I have nothing to wear.
I have nothing to wear.
Okay, first off, before we even talk about the movie trailer, the listeners, Derek Blythe, aka Soupy Garbage Juice, has an amazing video song called Danny DeVito that you guys have to listen to. It's amazing. And I'm only bringing this up because Danny DeVito is in that last trailer, and I can't watch a scene with Danny DeVito without thinking of the song.
Joey has introduced more people to this song I made 2 years ago. You know how like that phrase is like, "Oh, your ears get warm when people are talking about you somewhere." What's it? Your ears. Whatever.
I've never heard that.
Your ears get
I've
hot.
never heard that
Your ears
phrase
get hot
before.
when someone's talking about you. But my version of that is a random person liking this and getting the notification. I'm like, somewhere Joey Rinaldi is talking about me.
It's probably like once a month that happens, Derek, right?
Yeah.
That's how I found that video through Joey.
Yeah, like it's like there's no, unless you scroll through a lot of bullshit I made, then there's no reason for you to see this video from 2017.
I think I periodically make it my story on Instagram every now and then.
Wow.
Yeah, he does.
It's my favorite piece of art that's ever been invented ever in the planet. And
I really hastily made it, and the singing is shitty, and the graphics and everything.
No,
Danny DeVito as a unit of measurement.
It's so good. but what's just as good as that is the concept of Arnold Schwarzenegger being pregnant. When his agent pitched him this movie, his pitch was, Arnold, the manliest thing a man could do is do stuff that women can do, and women will respect you for this.
So it's basically the same conversation Danny DeVito's having with him at the beginning on the plane.
Yeah,
probably.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's a real fact you can find online. Like he was like, my agent told me I would be a respected man by women for being so manly to be a woman.
Wow.
And before we talk about the trailer, this fun fact is so important to this podcast that I gotta say it right now. Mel Gibson originally was supposed to be the lead of this film, but he turned it down after he told his church about this, and his church disapproved of the storyline and forbid him from doing the movie.
It's funny because I was going to say that this reminded me of that rom-com that we did with him. What was that one called?
What Women Want.
What Women Want. Yeah. Woman Want.
See, but the thing is, that movie wasn't against religion. This movie apparently was against his anti-Semitic
But if
religion.
it did happen, it would be like they'd say it's a miracle, and then that person would get sainthood or whatever, because you have to do like 3 miracles.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been like the next Immaculate Conception.
It's better than turning water into wine. That's just like a party. That's just like having a good party. It's not a great miracle.
What Women Want was just like him cross-dressing.
And thinking about what women want. So, guys, a trailer. Junior, what do we think about the trailer? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think that it is as tasteless as What Women Want.
It looks better. The trailer, honestly, was better than What Women Want. I was actually kind of into this. I can't believe this movie is hated universally because I really,
really, I can.
I've
Totally
never seen this movie or I've never heard about it, but I really enjoyed the trailer. Like that's like a 7.
You hadn't heard about it?
No,
I've heard of this movie.
I feel like people have been hiding this from me because they knew I would love it too much.
I thought that the trailer was it wasn't very compelling because it seemed like all the characters that were opposed to the main characters in this movie were asking all the questions that I was asking, but instead of like they were asking about why did they do it, and I was like, why did they make this movie?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
So I think my issue here is that I'm one of those like really bad people who consume content who all I need to love something is to see Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, and Emma Thompson from Love Actually, and just be like, oh my God, I like these 3 people. This could be about anything. I'm gonna watch this. I'm terrible in that sense.
I mean, I love Danny DeVito. He was the best part of this by far, but I probably won't be watching this movie.
Wait, what's more unbelievable? Arnold Schwarzenegger being pregnant or Danny DeVito being a doctor? Oh.
No, Danny DeVito was a doctor in. He was Dr. Mantis Toboggan. In,
Right.
Always Sunny.
Fully accredited. Mantis
Yes,
Toboggan.
yeah. I brought this giant condom for my Magnum dong.
So did you guys rate it yet?
No. I'll probably go 4.
Derek?
No, I'll go 5. It's the same. But the last 2 trailers were fine. They were like, they were trailers.
So you would say that Charlie's lukewarm on pregnancy?
Yeah.
Derek?
I will give it a 6. I wanted to give it a 5, but I noticed they used the music from the beginning of Goonies, and that made my mood go up a notch. So I'll give it a 6. I found it really annoying, like the whole joke. It's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger saying things that pregnant women would say, and like I'm sure it gets old fast because it's probably, what is it, a 90-minute movie or something, but it got old during the course of the 2-minute trailer.
I thought that it was crazy
exhausted
because
joke.
it wasn't an exhausted joke.
Yeah.
And then they had all the female characters being like, "Why are you doing this? Like, like, don't you think that, like, I don't know, it's like pregnancy is a hard thing that women have to do. Like, what do you want? Like, and then it's like, yeah, well, why did they make this?
Because
movie?
we're science and we can make a man pregnant like a seahorse.
Oh yeah, seahorses did do that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure seahorses can be born a man and become a woman, vice versa. Like through not
There's a couple.
female and
There's a couple species like
there's
that.
lots of species of animals.
That's kind of the point of Jurassic Park. Also, they
So,
were all made female, but life finds a way.
In 2007 keeps on being a theme of this podcast today. But in 2007, the Scottish artist named Sandy Smith made a competition for who could write the best essay to argue why Junior is the greatest film of all time.
Wow, that's awesome. No, it's probably that's a good like that it's art. Like, film is art, so like any type of essay you could write, it's all subjective. So I love that kind of stuff. It's really
And the
fun.
saddest part about this competition is there was more awards given than people who submitted.
So it's this guy got like 1,000 awards for his one essay.
Yeah, I think like only 5 people submitted.
Yeah,
but
everyone
I'm
started and gave up.
And you know what's funny about this? In 2007, Juno and Knocked Up both came out. So maybe all these pregnancy comedies inspired this Scottish artist to bring back Junior. And like, I bet it's all connected.
I think that it's funny because the point of that exercise is to show that you can kind of argue like some really ridiculous things when it's when it's a subjective argument like that.
Yeah.
I remember I had to write all these essays in school, and my favorite essay I ever wrote in film school was my teacher literally said, "You guys better make your," like, he was telling us, "You need title pages and they better have sexy titles." So I wrote an essay called 50 Shades of Ayn Rand, and I wrote about how the Fountainhead is actually about S&M.
Oh my God, I would love to. Does that still exist? I read that book.
The essay.
Yeah.
I can send it to you.
I would love to.
I wrote
read
it about
that.
the movie though, because it was for a film class.
And if you're a trash head who listens to trailer trashing, feel free to email us your essay explaining why Junior's movie trailer is the best movie trailer that we've ever watched.
Yeah, send us all your home. We'll do your homework for you.
We'll do your homework for you. We'll tutor your kids. Derek can teach your kids how to speak in French and how to do union of measurement with Danny DeVito as
the crazy Amy.
The crazy Amy. So, Derek, you won last time, so I'm going to give you first dibs on Rotten Tomato.
I think it's like a 21.
Joey's really pulling for me on this one because you won last time and you went first, and it's
Joey
always
hates when you
worse
win.
to go first.
It ruins his day.
I'm trying to help Charlie, even though I hate his.
He's trying to help me.
Even though I hate his ugly ass long hair, I want to conform you and give you a buzz cut.
So wait, what did you say, Derek?
21.
21? Man.
Come on, Charlie. Use the force.
I'm going to go, I'll go under 28. I'm going to go 20. I mean, you said 21? Yeah, I'll go 12. I think
you should have said 28. You would have won. The score is 36. Derek wins again. Charlie, you suck so much.
Man.
You're terrible. You suck at Rotten Tomato. I can't believe you went to film school because you have no conception of or understanding of film. You just you're embarrassing everybody. I'm ashamed to know you. Read us the Roger Ebert review.
Did you say conception on purpose?
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
Whoa!
What?
He gave us almost a perfect score, everybody.
3.5.
What?
You have to read the first paragraph.
Oh, man. Derek, you got a fancy word to describe the first
A
paragraph?
fancy word?
Like penultimate?
The alpha.
The wonder is that Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a pregnant person in Junior, but he plays one so well. Oh, it's not that it's not. So he's saying that it's not crazy that he's playing a pregnant person. It's crazy that he's doing it so well, I think it's crazy that he thinks that. He has an uncanny idea of what will and won't work, and since you walk in expecting almost nothing to work, the result is sort of deliverance. As an actor with big muscles and a bulky Austrian accent, you'd think that he would be limited, and yet he knows himself so well that it gives him freedom. Is pregnant Arnold any harder to believe, really, than Arnold as Conan the Barbarian?
Yes.
He begins in Junior. He begins in Junior as a scientist named Hess, with no charm and no personality, an automaton whose only reaction when his research funding is yanked is to pack his bags and head back to Europe. Even his partner, a fellow researcher named Arbogast.
Okay.
Wow, who fucking wrote
What are
this?
these names?
Who wrote? Yeah, Arbogast and Hess. Oh man, what is it, like make believe? Did this guy's kids write this movie?
Well,
Anyway.
probably. It's about a pregnant man. What do you think?
Arbogast doesn't like him. You have all the warmth and charm of a wall-eyed pike, but Arbogast is convinced they're on the trail of a fertility drug that will make millions. In a last-ditch effort, he persuades Hess to experiment by trying the drug on himself.
And it makes him pregnant?
Yeah, because it's a fertility drug that knows no bounds.
The drug has sperm and eggs?
Yeah, it's a really hearty breakfast of sperm and eggs.
Oh, yeah. It does say he's implanted with a fertilized human egg.
So I have a question. Is Roger Ebert the best movie critic, or just he has the most movie reviews? So like he has just like the most, like I feel like it's quantity over quality with Ebert.
You know what I learned from this is that he's giving it almost a perfect score because it subverted his expectations in a way. Like he thought it was going to be terrible, but he was like, I went into this. He essentially said he went into this thinking that nothing was going to work, but it actually did work, and so that's why it's almost a perfect score. So it's like usually you don't get points for having your movie work, right? You get negative points when your movie doesn't work. But in this case, having thought that it was not going to work, it gets a lot of points for working. So it's kind of like a really flawed system.
Yeah, so I feel like Ebert, like I want to now read all of Arnold Schwarzenegger Ebert reviews because it just sounds like he loves Arnold Schwarzenegger. He sounds like he's like all in on the pumping iron muscle man that is Schwarzenegger.
Well, Arnold is delightful, yeah. This was his phase in the mid-'90s when he was doing all those kooky comedies. He's a kindergarten cop. He does Christmas.
I love him in comedies. He has impeccable comedic timing.
If you find some time today, you should get all of the covers of these movies next to each other. And
they all look the same.
He's looking at the camera with these big eyes like, what did I get myself into now? They all look the same. It's like people looking at him like family members, and then him like looking like, what?
I know exactly.
Yeah.
How did Tim Allen get a sitcom? I'd wish Tim Allen's sitcom replaced it with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That would be the funniest thing ever.
Just an Austrian bodybuilder guy in a Midwest town with a family trying to do a tool show.
The name of the show would be Oh, Arnold.
With Jonathan Taylor Thomas as his son.
Man, it's kind of like the look you were talking about is probably the look he gave his wife when it was discovered that he had a secret second family.
What?
Oh, man.
What?
How'd I get into this mess?
This is crazy. I can't believe it. So even though this movie at the time, like New York Times, many other publications consider this the worst comedy ever made, both Emma Thompson and Arnold Schwarzenegger got nominated for Golden Globes, which shows you the Golden Globes. Do they know what they're talking about when they give awards? The world will never know.
Well, this is kind of, I guess, one of these. This is a movie that I guess you either really love or really hate, because we keep saying like, man, does Roger Ebert know what he's talking about? Do the Golden Globes know what they're talking about? Like, some people, I guess, really fucked with this movie.
Roger Ebert also hated Home Alone, both of them.
I love Home Alone.
Movies are objectively amazing.
Incredible.
They both have like half a star from him. It's crazy. I guess if you hate the joke of, I don't know, like the wacky people getting hit by household items, then you're really not gonna like the movie.
So before we move on to our last and final movie, I need to say one more thing. This may be the scariest fun fact that I've ever read. Arnold Schwarzenegger spent months in infirmaries studying babies.
Really?
So you just gave birth for 13 hours. You wake up in a cold sweat, caressing your new child, and a large Austrian bodybuilder is hovering over you, saying, "How do you feel?" Help!
Apparently, he was interviewing pregnant moms at the infirmary. What is that? The most frightening thing you've ever heard?
You know, I think this about method acting. I think that method acting is a thing that people talk about to stir up interest for their movies. Like, you know what? My main actor went all out for this movie. This is what he did. But it's like,
I'm not sure I'd call this method, though, unless he actually really did get pregnant. Like, it's basic research, I think. If I was an Icelandic person, I would spend at least a week in Reykjavik talking to people.
Yeah, all I meant for what I was saying, though, about the method acting is just that it seemed like Arnold Schwarzenegger did not need to go that far out for that part.
Probably not.
So, Derek, was there one more thing you want to say before we moved on?
Yes, it's very important. Joey linked the wrong trailer. Joey linked the wrong trailer. Joey linked the wrong trailer for the next film. Joey linked the wrong trailer. Joey linked the wrong trailer. When this is over, I'm going to kill him.
Now I want to move on to our last and final trailer that we're going to be doing. I specifically told Charlie Weinschenk that we're going to do pregnant comedies, but because Charlie Weinschenk is a sick, satanic, evil, twisted person who doesn't understand how the world works, what did you choose for our pregnant comedy movie?
Well, I'd like to start out by saying this is a movie I've always wanted to see, so I'm pretty excited because I've been meaning to see this. It's like one of the next movies I'm gonna watch.
Me too.
I'm probably gonna watch it after this. Been meaning to watch it forever.
I've never seen it. Always wanted to.
So good.
But when you said pregnant comedies, I knew we could find a sci-fi movie that fit this. And with the help of Derek Blythe, you know him.
The very
He's
same.
sitting to my left.
The
He's
Blythe
sitting to my
man.
left virtually. He helped me choose this movie. It is Alien, and there's a very famous
I don't think it's a
scene
comedy.
I don't think
Sigourney says some funny stuff to her cat here and there.
I think that we're kind of divided on whether or not this is just pregnancy movies or pregnancy comedies, considering
I chose the theme. I chose the theme.
It's funny if you think gruesome space murder is really funny.
Guys, we're running out of time, so without any more talk,
it's Alien.
Alien.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
Is that where that is from?
Yeah.
I thought that's from a different movie.
All right,
from that.
let me start it up when this ends.
It's not over.
So we just watched the Alien trailer. Audio speaking, there wasn't any line spoken. You just heard the music, which means Charlie will explain what just happened. But before, if you like that type of music, check out Charlie's EP. It's called Midnight Beans. His music
Midnight
literally sounds a lot. It sounds a lot like the music you just heard in Alien.
No, that's a different project.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, check it out.
So, Charlie, now that we've listened to your weird music, tell the audience what just happened in that movie trailer. They couldn't.
Yeah, I can't really say for sure. It was like it slowly creeped down to say alien.
Over an egg.
Over an
Big
egg.
wet egg.
An egg that had spikes, and then it kind of like opened up, and there was light, and then all of a sudden there are all these flashing pictures, and that was it. I liked it. I thought it was like visually exciting. So I'd give it a decent rating, but I don't think it gave anything away, really.
Yeah.
Just that in the end it says, in space no one can hear you scream, and the general vibe of the trailer was kind of spooky, thrilling, so I could imagine that this is a space thriller horror.
So I'm going to give this...
Where you can't be heard screaming.
I'm going to give this like a 4. It didn't get me excited.
What?
Really?
Yeah, it did
What?
not.
It was very exciting.
It did nothing for me. I was like, it's an egg, the scary music.
Did you
like,
see the butt?
So what? There was a dude butt, but
No,
or
it
an
wasn't.
Alien, was it an alien butt?
No, she
woman
gets
butt?
in her white panties in this.
That's
movie.
a woman butt. All right, it gets a point up. It's
That's
a 5 now.
Sigourney.
I thought it was a man butt. I thought it was a dude butt. I didn't realize it was a female butt. It wasn't that. It wasn't.
Go back and watch it again. All right,
Okay.
everybody, we're going back. We're going back.
No, it's fine.
I'd give this like a 7. I thought it was really cool. It was kind of like, it's some. If it's a good trailer, it could stand alone. Like this looks like some like experimental stuff people make, you know.
Well, it's a 4 or 5 in my. I'll go to a 5 just for the butt.
Butt point.
It's
It's
a
a
butt-
butt point.
It's a butt point.
Everybody calm down. It's a butt point.
Yeah. We chose this for the one scene that wasn't in the trailer, though, because I guess the way it starts out is that there's a spaceship and they get this alien parasite on the spaceship, but there's this really famous scene. I've seen this scene. I don't know, Joey, maybe you've seen this scene.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen some sick stuff in my day.
Yeah, so it's like this dude has the parasite.
John
and
Hurt.
He's like sitting on this thing, and he's like starts freaking out, and then he's like screaming and stuff, and everyone's like, what's going on? And then this alien worm thing just pops out of his belly, and so that is a compelling case for why this is a pregnancy movie.
Yeah, it happens a few times, I think. So there's a lot of pregnancy, a lot of unexpected pregnancy here.
So let me get this straight. In the theme of pregnant comedies, the majority of the movies is male pregnancy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's more male
Well,
pregnancy.
no.
Yeah.
There's more male
Happens
pregnancy
to a
than there are
dude.
female pregnancy.
Does it not happen to any women in Alien, though?
I think Sigourney might be the only woman in this one, but I'm not sure.
Man.
She doesn't die. Well, I won't give that away.
I won't give it away.
Oops.
Speaking of Sigourney, she's a female lead, and the original script was supposed to be a male lead, but the studio was like, you know what's different and unique that no one will see coming? A movie with a female lead. And they thought they were being so like edgy and different.
A Goriel, and she has a cat.
Yeah, I like the cat.
The cat's good.
Is the cat like a big part of the movie?
Yeah.
It made it to
It's
the
in it.
trailer. Also,
It's her cat.
to comment on what you were saying, Joey, any type of money-making situation, so like a movie studio or anything, they're not ever going to do it because they're real feminists or anything. It's only to make money. So, you know, for all you folks out there who think that that movie companies and companies care about you, they don't. They just care about pregnancy movies.
Damn, guy.
So based off that weird, ominous, not really telling us anything trailer, what do you think Rotten Tomato gave this movie?
Well, this is a classic. This is a classic car alien space. Yep.
What?
that's the genre.
Are you gonna go anywhere with that? Like, Charlie, that was like a half sentence. You were like, "Yeah, this movie is a class."
Did you fall asleep during this time?
Wake up, Charlie. Wake up.
I was seeing if you guys are gonna respond. I thought you guys would respond to it.
I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, "He's going somewhere with this."
Okay, I was gonna say it scored. I would think it scored really high. I'll give it like a 85.
Derek,
Give it a 94.
dude, Charlie, you suck. You just been swept at the Rotten Tomato game. Charlie sucks. Charlie sucks.
What was it? It got high.
It's a
though,
98,
right?
baby. It's a 98.
Wow, that's almost in the 100.
You should have went high. You're so afraid of going with your gut
Yeah.
because I thought your gut knew it was gonna be really high, and you went low for some reason.
I don't have the confidence.
You don't
for
have
this
the
tomato
confidence
game.
you got swept. Bobby Seger would be so mad at you. And you can round it out. For pity, we'll let you read the Roger Ebert review, but we're all judging you.
It's my job. Oh, perfect score. You know what's funny, though, is that this only got 1/2 star better than Junior.
Only 1/2 star.
What was the difference? How many points different did it get in the Rotten Tomatoes between Junior?
Oh, like over like 80. Yeah, it was exactly 80 because I'm pretty sure. No, less than 80 because it was a 31. I'm pretty sure. So yeah.
But you see how this kind of shows Roger's flawed system. Anyway, let's give it a little read, shall we?
Give it a little read.
Alien has been called the most influential of modern action pictures, and so it is. Although Halloween also belongs on the list, unfortunately, the films it influenced studied its thrills but not its thinking. We now have descended into a bog of gotcha movies, in which various horrible beings spring into a series of victims, usually teenagers. The ultimate extension of the genre is the geek movie, illustrated by the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which essentially sets the audience the same test as old-time carnival geek show. Now that you've paid your money, you can keep your eyes open while we discuss.
What the hell is he talking about?
What is?
Now that you've paid your money, can you keep your eyes open while we discuss you?
Yes. Carnival. Oh.
I don't know what any of that had to do with Alien.
It's one of his classic moves is that in the last paragraph, do not sum it up, but in fact make some sort of weird claim about something else. So what he's saying is that this influenced the whole genre of movies, but it's the best one because it is thoughtful and it has a lot going for the plot. And he's taking his last paragraph, instead of summing it up, he's saying that there's a whole genre of movies that that makes the priority the gore, and it's like, you paid the money, so now how much can you stand of this this cut 'em up movie?
The most interesting thing about this is he reviewed this in 2003. What made him be like, I'll wait? What made
from
him?
this paragraph, it sounds like something else like pissed him off so much. He was like, I got to remind people how good Alien was.
Yeah, it was probably all of the following gore horror movies that really got him riled up. He was like, God damn it, remember when they were making movies like Alien that knew how to use the gore and think? Now they're just making you pay your money to get into the theater, and they're showing you a bunch of guts and blood.
I miss when Hollywood would make female leads because it made money. Those were the days.
There used to be this ride based on this movie at Disney World, and it was the scariest thing I'd ever experienced as a child. It's just you're in a green theater, and the xenomorph is like in the tube in the middle. And then like it escapes and the lights go out and it like breathes on you and stuff. It was terrifying, but they replaced it like 10 years ago with Stitch, and it's just not like what he escapes and has adventures. Well, that's not that was such a crazy ride.
Before we get out of here, I'll tell you a few things about the movie. It originally was supposed to be called Star Beast, and thank God they changed it to Alien.
Star Beast.
That
Beast
is the worst.
From the stars.
Another fun fact is that the guy who played the alien, it was a 6'9" Nigerian college student. That the casting director was at a pub one night, saw this man drinking, and it was like, that's the guy. And just like, that's the guy. Not an actor. He just like saw this guy's like, I know you're not an actor. I know you're in college, but I'll pay you a lot of money to be an alien.
Huge.
Your hair follicle.
That's
huge.
our xenomorph, boys.
And the last fun fact is that Robert Daltrey, yes, the singer from The Who, was he the singer or is he just, I don't know. Robert Daltrey, my bad. Robert.
Roger.
Oh, Roger.
The guy from The Who is Roger.
My
Daltrey.
bad. Roger Daltrey. I don't know. Is he the singer or guitar player? I don't know.
The singer. Yeah, he was Tommy.
So yeah, Roger Daltrey, aka Tommy from the movie Tommy, actually got a credit in this film because he was experimenting with like lights for like light show rock and roll stuff, and Ridley Scott knew about this. So Ridley Scott was like, "Do you mind if I borrow your light equipment to light this movie?" So I guess like he didn't have to pay for lights because Robert Daltrey just gave them to them for free.
Damn, he deserves an award because it's really that the lighting is notably good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Noticeably good.
And they like killed it. They killed it with their like laser show with like that do 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 do. You know.
That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball.
And that's it for the pregnancy comedy edition of Trailer Trashing. I feel like we learned a lot today, that Charlie doesn't know what comedy means, that Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't know what being a feminist truly is because he thought being a pregnant man was going to be his feminist move. We learned that Judd Apatow, he makes stuff too long. His trailer's too long, the movie's too long. Cut it down, Judd. And yeah, watch Derek Blight's Danny DeVito video, listen to Charlie's new album, and have a great day, everyone. And see you next week. Like us on Instagram, give us a 5-star review on the podcast app, and yeah, have a great day. I'm Joey Rinaldi. That was Charlie Weincheck. That was Derek Blight. See you, knuckleheads.